Welcome to the Basement Lounge Podcast with your hosts Mike Shea and Mike Wells. Sit back, grab a drink, relax. Let's see where the time takes us. Enjoy. This is one of those shows that's on Mondays, and Monday nights there's just not a lot on TV to begin with. And so when the only interesting thing on is The Bachelor, suddenly you find yourself getting really fucking invested in it. Because there's nothing else to watch.
She fucking loves it, and it's just like, I'm just like, she's like, you want to watch it with me? I'm like, fuck no, I don't want to watch The Bachelor with you. Like, and then like I'm kind of like into it, and I'm like, wait, why did she? What? Wait, why? She's a bitch.
I get more into The Bachelorette than I do The Bachelor. I don't know why.
Because it's just all so fake.
It's so awful.
And you can't like, yeah, of course you're gonna fall in love with somebody when you like can do whatever you want with like infinite amount of money. You know what I mean? On like a luxury, and like you're gonna fall in love with it.
Well, especially like pre-COVID, they were like, hey, this week we're in Barcelona, this week we're in Rome, and I mean now with the way it's been, they're forced to just stay just in this fucking mansion, but this mansion is the size of a small town.
Yeah, like you're gonna fall in love with somebody. Like I didn't fall in love with a guy. I'm not even gay, and I'd be like, man, I really like this dude.
Plus, like you're getting like the most attractive people available at that time. I mean, there's not a single woman or guy on that show that you're like, no, I get why they picked them here.
Yeah.
You'd never see a guy like us, like you or me on that show.
Well, my wife keeps on telling me they like cycle them out through seasons all the time and stuff like that. Like some are multiple seasons.
Oh yeah, you'll see repeat.
And you're like, how you didn't fall in love the first time. Like it didn't work.
But it'll work this time.
Oh my God.
It will, and half of them are just there to, pad the acting resume. It's all.
Yeah, I think some have alternative motives. Absolutely. I think most of them do.
Yeah. There's nobody going on there genuinely like it's not this isn't Match.com. This isn't a dating app. There's cash money involved here.
Yeah. No, it's I can't fucking stand the show.
No. I like my cooking shows, but yeah, the fucking reality TV in general, just I don't know. It's to the point. I think now it's like I feel like because the jig is up, you think they'd try something different.
Yeah, but it's such a every Monday. That's what's trending on Twitter.
That's true.
So they'll never.
Because I mean, like couple years ago, there were 15 tornadoes touching down in Dayton, Ohio, and people were still pissed that we were covering.
Yeah,
Bachelorette coverage. I was there.
Jamie Simpson.
Yeah, I was on the board running the broadcast when that happened. I watched that happen firsthand.
Yeah,
it was one of those. I was in the room going like, what is that? I wish these weather guys would just tell people to fuck off. And then he does it. And I was like, oh, I was kidding. Oh, damn, Jamie.
But I remember it. Like he just was like, I don't care.
Yeah, he was like, people are going to die.
Like, I don't care about The Bachelor. I think it was The Bachelorette. I think it was Bachelorette.
It was Bachelorette.
I don't care. Like
because people were calling into the station.
Really?
Like they weren't just tweeting. They weren't just posting on the Facebook page. They were calling the station to bitch, and that's what set him over the edge. Is he's like, we have 15 tornadoes touching down here. Like they hadn't touched down yet, but he was like, this is going to be like a hell of a storm. Like people are going to die from this. I don't care about your crappy TV show.
Well, luckily for him, because of what he did, like I think one person died.
Oh, he saved lives then.
Yeah, he did. I think that one person got hit by his car.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of the big one. Because I left work at midnight, and they were still on the air broadcast. And when I woke up the next morning at 11, at like 10 or 11, and turned on the station, he was still on the air. He took like a 2-hour break in the middle of the night, and then just came back and kept going. He was on the air for like 15 hours straight.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I never saw the direct damage after. My boss did, though.
Oh, really?
And he said it looked like a war zone. It looks dead down there. No, Jamie Simpson definitely yelled at people and saved lives.
Yeah. Sometimes it's what you got to do.
It went viral.
And he went, because he was on Kimmel the next night. He was on Good Morning America the next morning. I mean, he was getting t-shirts made. There were memes on fucking Reddit.
But he put people in their place.
He did. People talk about the Xenia tornadoes from a few years back. I wasn't here for those, but like, and we can't show footage of them anymore because of copyright, because it has our old meteorologist on it. But like,
oh,
Yeah, oh yeah, because when you're on camera for that stuff, like it's copyrighted to your image, and so when you don't work for that station anymore, they can't use your likeness anymore.
Wow.
So, but I've seen the stock footage, and like because I wasn't living here when that happened, and holy shit.
I remember that night. I remember that night. I can't remember how long ago that was. Because that's when I lived in Beaver Creek.
Yeah.
I went outside and I was like, "There's gonna be a tornado," and sure as shit,
just wrecked everything. That was one of the. From what I could tell, from what I've heard, one of the worst tornadoes this area's ever seen. Just holy shit. Tornadoes, and to this day, like I've grown up in tornado areas, and to this day, tornadoes scare the shit out of me.
Oh, they do. Me too. When I was a kid, they still do.
I would see the sky get a little dark, and I would start freaking out.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was a kid. When I lived in Fairborn, my mom we're under like you could see like I was obsessively watching the Weather Channel as this line of storms came for like hours. And I was just like, we need to do something. My mom was like, no, we're not going to do anything. And then sure as shit, the storm hit. And then we're down bunkered in my neighbor's basement. Like
there was one, I remember my mom was taking me and my cousin to go see Mulan when it was in theaters, the original cartoon one. I remember looking at the sky, and the sky looked black. And I was telling my mom, I was like, I don't want to go. I'm scared. She's like, it's going to be fine. We get to the theater and the power goes out, and they had us all hauled up in the basement of the movie theater.
Oh wow!
And it was one. So it was like for every 9 times that I would panic and nothing would happen, when something did happen, it was fucking huge.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm better about it now, but I'm still not a crazy big fan of thunderstorms. It's just one of those fears that
I like them now.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but. I don't know. I just feel like I can survive a tornado, even though I know if a tornado hit me, I most likely can't survive a tornado.
Right.
I look at it as like, well, fuck, it's just wind. It's a lot of wind.
It's so much wind.
Circular wind.
It's all the wind.
I feel like a tornado is just like a hurricane's bitch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like
it's the old cartoon with the big dog and the little puppy. Let's go Spike. Let's go Spike. Let's go Spike. Like the little dog's a tornado.
Yeah.
And the big bulldog's the hurricane.
Yeah. That's why I feel. That's why it's weird, but like I'm not as scared as I used to be of tornadoes. I don't know why all of a sudden it just kind of stopped. But like when I was a kid, I was so fucking frightened. Now not so much, because I feel like I can make the decision to survive. Maybe, I don't know. It's really weird.
I don't know.
It freaks my wife out. It does not bug me as much as it used to. I don't. It's because you don't hear a lot about a lot of people dying during tornadoes anymore. Like,
that's true. But also, like, I remember growing up in elementary school. I swear, like every year we'd watch in science class, we'd watch some video about tornado weather, and it was always like fucking massacres. And so they would kind of put the fear in my head of like, oh, well, if there's a tornado, we're fucked.
Did you know Normandy Beach was also hit a tornado on D-Day? No, you're like, what the fuck? Like, it just blatantly CGI'd. Fucking, they put Twister mixed with Saving Private Ryan on the fucking.
The tornado's got a swastika and wearing a red band around it.
That's what Adolf Hitler. Damn.
Yeah, I think I'm less scared just because like I know I can handle myself now. Also, plus I spend 40 hours a week at a news TV station that's actually built to be like a fallout shelter.
Is it really?
Like the basement of that building is one of the safest places in fucking Dayton. It's because it is under fucking ground. So I know that like odds are if there is one, I'm probably going to be at work when it happens. Yeah. So I'll probably be okay. But there is just still that. Yeah. It's just a thunderstorm hits and my mind immediately goes, oh fuck, is this going to be the one? Shit.
You guys could survive a nuclear attack then, probably.
Probably. I mean, yeah, it's because we're pretty far in the middle of fucking nowhere, and we are underground as motherfucker. So we're not surrounded by a whole lot. The issue is the problem is that we're in a town next to an Air Force base.
Yeah.
So
fallout.
we're kind of fucked. I remember when we were watching Wonder Woman 1984, because like the Cold War is kind of like the backdrop of that movie. My aunt was telling me about how like, because she grew up, they were living here during the Cold War, and I mean there were fallout drills all the time because Dayton was a potential hotspot, hot target. So
on the like second or third highest, I don't know if it is anymore, second or third biggest military Air Force base or something like that.
I don't think we're top 5 anymore. I could be wrong.
I know at one point it was because 9/11 happened. They were worried about that.
Yeah.
Here, because like they canceled. Weird. They didn't close Beaver Creek, but all Fairborn schools were like closed that week.
No shit.
Yeah, because of just they were. I mean, the Air Force Base in Fairborn.
Right.
So just in case something were to happen, they closed schools that week. I'm thinking in my head, well, I live in Beaver Creek. We're close. Like if there's like a bomb or like I don't know. It was weird, but
yeah,
they were really worried about that.
I was in North Canada at the time, so
9/11 was wild here.
Really.
Well, it's weird is because so everything happened, and like it was after school. And I was at my buddy's house like afterwards because like I like it was just, I don't know, I was a sophomore, and I went over to my buddy's house afterwards. Like it was like probably like 4:30 or 3:30 or 4:30, I can't remember. And like you hear boom,
right?
We're like, what the fuck did like? And then there's something like a plane crash or something like that because that's what happened that day.
Right.
Well, it was like one of the only areas there's a like because all planes weren't. Everybody was
grounded. Right?
Grounded. Except for the Air Force Base, there's a sonic boom because the Air Force Base, and they flew people out of there.
Oh.
But everybody's like, what the fuck?
Dude, sonic booms are fucking loud.
Yeah, I know. It was like,
shit.
It was, it seriously, like, did something crash?
Yeah.
God, man.
See, when I lived down south, we were right by Fort and Jackson, and so we would hear them doing drills all the time. So we'd see fucking tanks just driving down the fucking road sometimes. And but yeah, we'd hear the drills of them, you know, doing combat drills and shit, and explosions off in the distance. You kind of just got used to it after a while.
That'd be crazy.
Well, it's kind of like when I lived in North Canton. We were just shy of the landing strip for Canton Akron Airport, so you'd hear planes taking off, and it was like they were right above your fucking house. But after a month, I mean, you just got used to it to the point where when we moved away from it, I missed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just became background noise. You just got so used to it because you heard it 8-10 times a day. You'd hear a plane landing right overhead.
That'd be crazy. You were never worried that one would like crash right there?
Oh, of course. I was 7 years old. I mean, there was always that fear of like, oh shit, but the noise itself never really bothered me after a while. The only thing I ever did is helicopters, and I swear this is everywhere. Whenever a helicopter flies over, it feels like it's just hovering over your fucking house for like half an hour.
That's true.
They're so loud.
That's true.
All right, so I want to for the first time that we've ever done, I want to talk a little bit of business on here. So at the time we're recording this, we've got a big live Valentine's Day special coming up on Sunday at 12:30 p.m. It's going to be me and Mike, and then we're also who else are we getting on here, Mike?
Brent Bowser.
Brent Bowser's coming on. He's going to be in studio. Star Day, who's probably the biggest comedy fan in Dayton, Ohio. Michelle Trina, who's a friend of ours from New York. She's the host of the Divorce Diaries comedy show. She's going to be calling in. And then you just booked us today.
Ray Jackson.
Fucking Jackson.
He's black.
And he's black.
No, it's
he
true.
is black.
He's one of my favorite comics. He would laugh so hard about me saying that right now. He's
one of the funniest people in fucking Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, he's an OG of Dayton comedy.
But yeah, so he'll be calling on towards the end of the show. We're going to give away a $25 Amazon gift card. You will have to listen to the show to learn how to win that gift card and to be able to win that gift card.
It's live, motherfuckers.
It's live, motherfuckers. We'll be on YouTube and on Facebook. You can watch either on our YouTube, the Basement Lounge YouTube channel, or the Basement Lounge Facebook page. We'll be sending out some tweets and Instagrams throughout the rest of the week, just announcing what else is going on with that. But that'll be Sunday, February 14th from 12:30 to 2:30 live.
Support the show on Patreon. Mike has a horrible coke addict.
I do.
He needs that money.
I need that money. I need my fix, man. Shit, otherwise they're going to start snorting snow just for the placebo effect.
Brain freeze.
Yeah.
I always have a fear of going up to a helicopter and get my head cut off. Like that's like one of my big. That's my fear. That's where my tornado fear went. The helicopters.
There's a helicopter.
Can't get on the helicopter. It's gonna cut off my head. The blade. Like you got to be like 20 feet tall. I know, but I'm worried about it.
See, when I was in middle school, every year they'd fly out a Marine chopper to the middle school, and they'd land it like in the parking lot. And throughout the day, classes could go out and like sit in the cockpit and like
really
get like a whole lesson on like how they work. And of course, they talk about how like you got to like walk hunched over because if you stand up the wrong way, you get sucked up in the propeller. And I was like, that's a great thing to tell to an 11-year-old. Thanks. Now I totally want to come out here.
We lost 7 children that day and 12 adults.
They didn't hunch over enough.
Yeah. The Hunchback of Notre Dame survived, though. He had no problem.
Oh,
Shit.
man. Yeah. Almost, I thought about, I did think about joining the Air Force. I was way too tall, way too early.
I never thought about joining the military.
At all? Really?
No, I never really had desire. I don't know, like, more power to him, like, service.
It wasn't like out of a sense of patriotism for me. It was mostly just I wanted to fly planes and wear a cool uniform.
I don't know. I just never thought about that. My brother was in the reserves for like a little bit, but yeah. I mean, no desire. It was really weird. Like I don't know.
It was the perks because I had the groups that come to your high school and tell you about all the cool perks that come with joining the Army or the National Guard, and that was you're gonna pay for me also because my family was broke. So it was like you're gonna pay for my college.
I think partially it's because my grandpa's in the Air Force.
Okay,
and he didn't really talk that much. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a nice guy, but like I don't know. I was like I just don't like. I love my grandpa to death, but he's like so like not sheltered, but so
just reserved about
everything. That
was he in Vietnam or anything?
Yeah, Vietnam and Korea.
That's probably why.
He was search and rescue.
Oh, that'll fuck you up.
And like he just started talking about the stuff like 5 years ago. Like actually talked about what they did and everything.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, it was just like damn.
Vietnam was one of those wars that that pushed people's moral boundaries like in ways we never thought it could because shit went down during that war that you'd see in movies.
He said one time when they got shot down, it was like the longest like day and a half of his life. He just sat there and he's like, they're lucky they were in a field and then there's a line of trees, like kind of like if they saw anything, if the trees moved or whatever, bushes moved, he just fired. It was like a fucking day and a half they were down there like that.
Jesus.
So his longest day and a half of his life.
That alone will fuck you up for the rest of your life. Yeah. That'll instill some paranoia that I can't even fathom.
But God. He retired from the Air Force and retired from a civilian on base too. So
no shit.
He's double dipping.
Oh, in the Air Force, those are the nerds. Those are the brainiacs of the military.
He's just a mechanic, mechanic, and then search and rescue.
Search and rescue's that's some scary shit. Especially like even if you hear about like firefighters going over search and rescue. I mean, those are the guys who die. Like,
yeah.
The guys on the hose, they're fine. It's the search and rescue guys that get fucked up.
Well, you told me about was it Laos or Laos? For a while, it was completely. He was on that too, and for like the longest time, that was confidential.
Oh, really?
They weren't supposed to be there.
Oh,
I think it didn't get like until like 2004 or something like that. That's when everything became confidential.
Oh, no, Jesus.
So he was also there too. And I was like, all right.
Well, it's like, did you ever see the movie Argo?
Yeah.
That whole thing didn't get declassified until I think like a year or two before that movie was made. Like he won that medal and couldn't tell anybody about it. Couldn't even tell his son about it. And
yeah, it wasn't like a private ceremony too, or did they just hand it to him? I can't remember. Did they have it in the movie, the ceremony?
They don't show it happen. They show him going in to get it. But like he basically shows up to work and they're like, hey, this is your medal ceremony. You can't keep the medal, but just know that like in X amount of years, it will go on your record.
That's crazy.
Well, because the whole thing, the whole thing, they wrote it off as a Canadian thing. Like it wasn't an American, it was a Canadian thing for years. Because Canada, wasn't fucking with anybody at the time. So, that movie stressed me out.
That was a very stressful movie.
I think it's because they know Argo is real.
Yeah. And then Uncut Gems is just me on a Coke bender.
Fucking Uncut Gems. I know we've talked about that movie, but it's an easy movie to talk about because Jesus fucking Christ, it's so good.
What was it? Fucking, let's go back to Art. Who else is in Argo?
Dude, fucking everybody's in Argo. So, Ben Affleck directed it. He's the main guy in it.
That's Stanley.
Well, John Goodman's in it. And
God, I forgot about Goodman.
Goodman's in it. It's not Stanley. It's not Stanley Tucci.
Now I got to Google it.
I know. It's the bald guy who I love in everything. And now it's going to bother me.
Argo.
Great fucking movie.
2012. God, that was so long ago.
I know.
Cast.
Alan Arkin.
Yeah. Bryan Cranston's in it.
Oh
goddamn.
Scoot McNairy's in it. Victor Garber's in it, who I like. What I love too is like one of the things I appreciate about the movie is there was little things about that whole process that they remembered to include, like the fact that they had all this concept art for the fake movie they were making.
Yeah.
And they actually had it done by Jack Kirby, which Jack Kirby is like he like the original comic book artist who did stuff for like Fantastic Four. And
was he Superman?
I know he was Captain America. I don't know if he did. I know he did X-Men.
I can't remember. Why is that?
He did let me look here.
How much money they gave him to do that?
Oh, I don't even know.
Or if they gave him money, he was like,
well, I think he was long dead. I think he was dead before this movie came out. He died.
No, I'm talking about the government.
Before. Oh, the government. I don't even fucking know, because they had to write it off like it was an actual.
Yeah.
Because you see in the movie, like they reserve a set and they hire set designers and get them an office in the studio, and they just kind of just sat around and pretended like they were making a movie until they got told, okay, they're free. Okay, well, the movie's getting shut down now. And
all right, well, this is weird.
God, that movie, like up until the point where like that plane takes off and like they're getting out of there, because and that's, I think, what's the sign of how good that movie is because it's a true story. They all make it out of there, but you're still watching it like, are they gonna fucking make it?
Yeah, that's when it is good. There's so many movies like that, or prequels. Like when you watch prequels to something that this guy, but you're still like really into it. You're like, I know the outcome. Like,
yeah. Well, it's like Rogue One. I know all these people are gonna die.
Yeah. Oh God, Rogue One.
I love that movie. Fucking love that movie.
I need to watch WandaVision.
Okay, so I finally just watched it yesterday.
I have not watched
I was gonna wait and just binge the whole thing because I was hearing mixed stuff about it.
I heard the last couple episodes are amazing.
This most recent episode, everyone was like, "Holy shit, you need to go watch this right fucking now!" And I was like,
"Is it putting everything together?"
It puts everything in perspective. I will say the first couple of episodes, you don't really know what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of things are happening and they don't really make a lot of sense. And then by like episode 3 or 4, they start actually like showing you kind of what the actual story is, and it starts making a lot more sense. And then episode 5. Something happens at the end that just basically is them taking the rule book, wiping their ass with it, and saying anything can happen now.
Oh shit!
It's completely unexpected. I'm pretty sure my neighbors thought I was getting murdered because I straight up screamed like, "Oh my god!"
Like, was it like, or you're caught up in Mandalorian? Right?
Yeah.
Is it like Luke Skywalker Mandalorian?
It is a.
Just don't even give it to
me. There's no way to get it without. It's just something or someone happens in the story that just changes everything, and you can guess all day. You'll probably never guess it.
Huh.
Yeah. I will say also the episodes are wicked short. They're like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I keep on hearing.
Yeah, I binged all 5 in an hour and a half.
Because I need to watch it so bad.
And see, it was the one I was kind of least interested in, because the early things I heard was Wanda and Vision in like a fucking 60s sitcom, and I was like,
that's the thing though. I was like, Disney and Marvel, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they fucking do.
They know what they're doing. So it's like all these series, like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, everything is going to be connected in some weird fucking way.
Well, because they didn't do that a lot with the Netflix stuff. Like it was in that world, but they never like mentioned it. And then you've got like the DC stuff where like the Arrow and Flash shows have nothing to do with the movies. But these ones are they're gonna tie in like if you haven't watched these shows, you might not get what's going on in the movies.
Yeah, in the next phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this, from what I understand, not even from the show, but from what Kevin Feige has said, like this is gonna be in some way a build up to the next Doctor Strange. Because Scarlet Witch is supposed to be in the next Doctor Strange, and they're both supposed to be in the third Spider-Man movie.
The Spider-Man movie has everybody besides.
That's fucking everybody. I love this. There was this.
It has everybody, but no, Samuel L. Jackson's probably.
He's probably gonna fucking be in it. And there's this statement came out today from Tom Holland saying like nobody told me that Tobey Maguire was going to be in this movie, and I'm like, well, You spoil every movie you're in an interview, so they probably didn't tell you.
Oh, that's right. He does spoil.
They kept having to pair him up with people when he was doing interviews for like Infinity War and Endgame because he kept spoiling shit in interviews. Like they put him with Cumberbatch, and the minute Tom Holland was talking, Cumberbatch would be like, "I got this one." Although him and Ruffalo's really bad too.
Yeah, Ruffalo. What did he spoil?
Thor Ragnarok.
Did he?
Well, part of it was so they were doing interviews on some Australian like morning show before the movie came out, and the anchor spoiled the fact that Hela was Thor's sister because it hadn't been revealed yet. And like the minute he says that, it cuts to Hemsworth and Ruffalo, who are both like hiding their faces, like, "Oh shit, we didn't say it, we didn't say it, we didn't say it." But no, at the premiere, Ruffalo had been like Instagram living. And then when they go in, they make you put your phone in like this lock bag so you can't like tweet and shit during the premiere. He forgot to turn off his Instagram live. And he put the thing in his bag in his pocket. So like he was still broadcasting and they could hear the fucking movie. So finally somebody came and tapped him on the shoulder, like, "Dude, you're still live on Instagram." Like in the fucking movie.
Jesus. Mark Ruffalo. Damn. The new phase is going to be weird.
A lot of shit nobody's heard of.
Well, yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting though too, because like it's not all you don't have any of the mainstream stuff anymore. It's not the main. I mean, you have you don't have like the Captain America, Chris Evans or like Iron Man. You don't have any of those guys, so it's like, how's it really gonna play out?
Only ones really coming back are Doctor Strange and Guardians and Thor, but they're doing such crazy stuff with them now. It's
all combined.
Yeah. And you got the Eternals, which nobody fucking knows what that is. Shang-Chi, which I don't even know what the fuck that is, who the fuck that is. But also, they did that with Guardians of the Galaxy.
And it worked.
When that first trailer dropped, I was like, it's a movie about a tree and a raccoon. What the fuck?
But it works.
It fucking worked. It worked really fucking. Now everybody knows who that is.
They'll have Spider-Man, but they technically still don't have Spider-Man. But
yeah, Spider-Man's so fucking complicated.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with Hulk. That's why there hasn't been another Hulk movie. So,
I mean, Hulk's there.
He's there. They just can't use his name in the title.
Yeah,
it can't be.
Thor Ragnarok was a Hulk movie.
It basically fucking was. It was more Planet Hulk than it was like anything Thor.
Yeah.
If you ever read Planet Hulk, it was a good fucking movie. But it was also the best.
I want them to some way bring the X-Men into everything.
Yeah. Well, Deadpool 3 is confirmed.
Yeah,
it's going to be. He said they're going to be rated R. I already know what they need to do for Deadpool 3. It's super simple. You just open the movie with him, just Deadpool walking around Disney World, just like with like holding like a fucking snow cone, got like the Disney ears on his head, and then like you see like fucking Thanos show up and he fucking like stabs him through the face, but it turns out it was a guy in a suit for the fucking park. And then you cut to him in an office with like Kevin Feige and like the guys at Disney, like, dude, we brought you here and you. Really? And then the rest of the movie is like him trying to get back into the MCU.
That would be hilarious.
That's the movie I want.
It's almost as good as Brad Pitt's cameo in the fucking. Because you're like, I remember when that happened, watching that live. You're like, what was it? Was Invisible Man? But what was it? What was his name though?
I think it was just like the Invisible Man or something like
that. But like all of a sudden, like when he gets shocked and killed, you're like, was that Brad Pitt?
You're just not you're just not sure.
Because it's so fast. And you're like, that was Brad. No. Yeah.
I had to go back and see it again. And actually I was like, fucking was Brad Pitt. Holy shit.
I think they paid him a cup of coffee.
You had to. Yeah, because it's him. He's I'm trying to find where it's at here.
I think they literally gave him a cup of coffee to do that.
I think so. He was just one. Vanisher, that was his name.
Vanisher.
Pitt was considered for the role of Cable before scheduling issues prevented him from taking it, and so they had him come on for this one quick cameo. That's funny.
I didn't think he would have been a good Cable.
People were calling for Brolin from like the get-go. They were calling for him or who's the guy from Mad Men?
John Hamm?
John Hamm.
Oh, wow. Maybe. I like the dude from Avatar, the main villain from Avatar, the old guy.
Oh,
I don't know his name. I thought he would have been a great. When you say Cable, that's literally who I thought.
Yeah, fuck. I'm blanking on his name now. That guy's been in a lot of shit. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot.
I honestly don't know his name.
Stephen Lang.
Okay. Yeah.
Stephen Lang. He would have been. Well, because he was.
He's built like he was built like Cable.
He looked
Avatar.
like Cable.
Yeah.
But Brolin was great.
Yeah, he was solid.
That was. I remember joking that was the year of Josh Brolin because he did that. He did Infinity War, and then him and his fucking supermodel wife had a kid, and then like
wait, who's his wife?
I don't know what her name is, but she's like fucking gorgeous.
Brolin is rolling.
He is. Catherine Boyd is her name.
Okay. I just said like I knew who she was. Catherine.
But I mean, also he was married to Diane Lane back when Diane Lane was in her prime. Diane Lane back in the day, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, agreed.
Fucking great.
Know who's been in some crazy movies? I just realized how many trilogies she's been in. Hugo Weaving.
Oh, he's my favorite fucking actor.
Like fucking The Matrix, Lord of the Rings,
V for Vendetta, Babe. He was Rex
Which one doesn't belong?
I know. Transformers. He was Megatron.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about that. Then he was Red Skull.
He was Red Skull. I was a little bummed they couldn't get him back, but I know he didn't love doing the first one, so
he didn't like it.
No, that's why they never did anything else with him because they were going to try to work him in again some other point. He didn't want to come back.
I wonder why.
I don't know because I forget the guy they got to replace him. I think was from like The Walking Dead or some shit.
The guy does amazing impersonations.
Does he?
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with who he is.
Yeah,
so.
He plays Aaron on The Walking Dead.
But when I saw Red Skull pop up again in Infinity War, about shit my pants. I was like,
was it Red Skull?
Who knows? But yeah, he was great as Red Skull. But yeah, Hugo Weaving is like one of my favorite fucking actors. I love him in V for Vendetta. He's so good.
That's a great fucking movie.
I was on somebody's podcast recently talking about it, and they still haven't posted the episode because they're trying to edit it down because I talked about that movie way too fucking much.
Good old V for Vendetta.
That's a great movie. When I was teaching, I used to teach a writing lesson. Then I would use that movie because I would have the kids write movie reviews to practice forming arguments for their ACT essays. So I'd have them do like movie and TV reviews. So I'd always use mine was based on V for Vendetta.
When did that movie come out? It's like
2005.
I was gonna say 04.
Mm-hmm. At the same time as Constantine, when a lot of like really weird, obscure comic book movies were coming out. Because it was right when Batman Begins happened, and then we had Constantine, we had V for Vendetta. I think that's when Road to Perdition came out.
That's a great fucking movie.
I forget that's a comic book movie. That's a great fucking movie. Talk about a movie that presented Daniel Craig to the fucking world.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was also kind of the first time you got to, because Shia LaBeouf's the kid in that, isn't he?
I think so.
It's kind of the first time you got to see his acting chops, really.
He's such a great actor, but the whole like...
He's just weird.
It's not weird, but what did he steal that one script or whatever?
It wasn't that he stole a script. It was that he submitted an original work to a like up and coming screenwriters contest and won. And the prize was like a production meeting, like to get your film made. But he submitted it under a fake name so nobody would know it was him. And everybody was kind of like, you could get this meeting without this fucking contest, dude. And everybody was kind of like, you just kind of took opportunities away from someone who doesn't have your connections.
That's what it was.
Plus all the DUIs.
He's a child actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he fucking tatted up his entire body for that fucking The Collector. I can't remember what movie that was.
Yeah. Have you seen his episode of Hot Ones?
No.
He's a weird motherfucker.
Well, he hates his parents or his
dad?
He
hates his parents. It's his dad mostly, I think, because his dad was like a raging alcoholic or something like that.
I just feel like, I mean,
he's one of those guys who's just kind of, he's always in this weird state of zen whenever you're talking to him. Kind of like Anthony, who's the comedian?
Jeselnik?
No, skinny black guy. I'll remember it later, but he always seems to be like in a state of zen.
Yeah, I could see that.
And to the point where there are times you just want to go, shut up. Just shut up. Yes or no question.
It was literally true or false.
I just asked,
but is it true and is it false?
I just want to know if you wanted gravy. You wanted potatoes. That's it.
Did you end up watching the Super Bowl and all this?
No, I was at work when it was on, so I didn't watch the game. I wasn't gonna watch the halftime show regardless. I heard it was weird.
That was good, man.
Was it good?
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of The Weeknd. So.
Oh, I like The Weeknd. Okay. So, I just think it's different music, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that guy does a lot of cocaine.
From some of the things I've seen, I hope so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's other problems.
And not only that, like, I don't know. I enjoyed it. Tom Brady won this. I hate Tom Brady, but he won another Super Bowl, which is weird. So
I hate him so much.
I hate him, but he's the greatest at his position ever.
I'll never deny the guy's talented. I just fucking hate him.
It's very like I hate him so much, but everybody's like, that's what I put on Facebook, whatever I put. Like, if you say he's not the greatest of all time at his position, you're just a hater.
That's true. That's 100% true.
Because like, I hate the man. I don't like him at all. But he's the greatest. Like,
great fucking player.
And he's like 40,000 years old.
There. I mean, he's at that age where he needs to be considering retirement.
He won't.
But he
still look great.
He won't retire until the doctor makes him retire.
Well, his dad's always said he won't. He's afraid his son's going to get killed on the field.
It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me.
He's got this fucking drive to him, and this whole fucking like, he was like the 6th quarterback drafted that year. He was drafted in like the 6th round. Always ate at him. Always ate at him. But I don't know. It's just very interesting to me. The commercials were bad.
Now I don't even get too excited about the commercials most time. Because they have their own fucking YouTube channel nowadays anyway.
Yeah,
they're all movie trailers. If they're not movie trailers, they're usually nowadays like pushing some agenda, which usually I tend to be on the side of. But still, it's like I miss the days of I hate to say it, but Puppy Monkey Baby, and
Puppy Monkey Baby,
or the one with the Doritos commercial where the lady's pregnant and getting her sonogram done, and the guy throws the Dorito and the baby launches out, and like I miss the days where they were just funny.
I just wanted in the Pornhub app.
I did see the Reddit ad. Did you see the 9-second Reddit ad?
No.
Reddit shelled out just enough money to get 9 seconds of ad time during the Super Bowl, and it's just a static image that basically just says, "We just did this for the fucking fun of it." They're like after our whole little tax thing, we figured what's something else we could do that's funny, so we bought 9 seconds of ad time for the Super Bowl.
That's so Reddit.
It's so fucking great.
It's such a Reddit thing to do.
It is.
Reddit is where I go to look at memes and look at porn and look at stocks. Reddit. If you can think of it, it's a fetish on Reddit.
You are 100%. If it's not, congratulations. You can go start it right now.
Yeah.
And there are people who are looking for. If you build it, they will come, and then they will come and come and come.
Reddit's so fucking wild. Like this past week, I did the whole we talked about it earlier, the stock thing, the Wall Street beats.
Yeah. I didn't do so well. But I got into it so fucking late because by the time I started getting into it is when
everything was already up.
Everything was like when they were cracking down on everything. When Robin,
which one did I tell you to buy?
You told me to go after Naked.
It's kind of right where it was though.
It hasn't changed much at all.
Let's see.
But yeah, because like I was trying to buy stocks and they were already like denying people straight up and not even like letting you view them.
Which is the most bullshit thing ever because that is the whole reason why everything kind of tanked. Let's see, Naked.
Well, that's what's pissing everybody off too, because that's what led to the whole like, oh, cool. So it's cool if you guys do this, but not us.
Yeah,
dicks.
Well, I'm on there every day now.
I check it every day. I'm waiting for a day where everything's in the green. Then I'm just gonna cash out. Once everything's in the green, fuck it, I'm done. This is why I don't play the stock market. It pisses me off.
I'm on Wall Street Bets just because of I think it's hilarious to read people call everybody the R word, retards.
So
I make enough money to pay for my wife's boyfriend's car, and it's so fucking funny. All of it's so goddamn good because I see it. I for sure. It was going to go more if they did not restrict that stock. Naked was going to go up, AMC was going to go up, and GameStop. All that stock was going to go up. Yeah. But they specifically put restrictions on all those stocks that Reddit was talking about.
Yep. Naked's the weird one.
Well, they're still short. They're still short squeeze too.
I just mean like like GameStop. I get AMC. I get. Why Naked? They make weird, crappy, fruity health shakes.
Oh no! It's a clothing line.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a clothing line. I thought the same thing too.
I thought it was those weird fucking like health shakes that people drink when they think they're being healthy, but they're not.
Yeah,
because it's just sugar.
Yeah, it's all fucking sugar. It's like 12,000% vitamin C, all sugar.
I'm gonna get a Diet Coke so I can eat the double cheeseburger.
It was they restricted all that shit, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I made like on Naked alone, like one day I made like $500 like instantly.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck?
This also happened between pay periods for me, so I didn't have a lot of money to blow on shares.
I was seriously like, what the fuck? So I bought more at GameStop.
All right, folks, that'll do it for this week's episode of The Basement Lounge. If you want to follow us online, you can follow Mike Wells on Twitter and Instagram at MikeWTFWells. And you can follow me, Mike Shea, at Mr. Mike Shea on Twitter and Instagram as well. You can also follow this show on Twitter and Instagram at TBL_pod. And we got a brand new website under construction for you guys with some cool new stuff coming down the line as well. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we'll catch you guys again next week with another episode. And until then, as always, live well, rock on, take care, and bye-bye.